Oh, whoopsie. I did.
Or puss or mediocre. If I could give you the back rub, straddling you naked with my boner laying on your butt cheeks, then yeah, I can give you a back rub.
Wow,
And
Colby. No, Colby, I will not have sex with you.
And there you go. Fucking tricking me again. Here I am having an intimate conversation with one of my best friends, and these guys just want to go ahead and record it. Some things are meant to stay private, Brandon.
Are they, though?
Kind of like that thing you did to me with your throat. Probably shouldn't talk about that on air, huh?
What, yelled at you?
Yeah, well, my was deep in your...
Well, first of all, that never happened. That was one of them.
Now that we're on air, you can be modest.
One of them dreams he had.
Okay, now we can be modest now that we're on air.
Gag.
Welcome, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
I missed my jive because I got fucking tricked.
Yeah, I didn't jive either.
Oh, man.
But I don't really jive either.
What a great week to be alive. You know? The weather's getting nice. It's sweatshirt weather, hence the
sweatshirt.
The sweatshirt. Jeremy's rocking one too.
It's good and cool out, yeah.
Farmers are in the field making their money. All the insects are actively dying.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, we need a little hooray out of that one, Jeremy.
Oh.
Yep, and there it
is. You circled like 7 times.
I haven't had to use them in a while.
Fuck
you
the
just
bugs.
used it. You started.
Fuck the bugs.
Yes, I agree.
So, did you guys have anything crazy happen this weekend? This last week since I've seen you? Anything cool?
No.
You guys went to Harvest Fest.
We went to Harvest Fest. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's always a good time.
Jaden said something about you guys got too drunk and didn't hit the vendor shack, so I didn't get any pepper jelly.
Yeah, so that's exactly what happened. And they're tough to carry around all day. I mean, we go up there at like noon, and then you got to carry them around all day. And so we made a conscious decision to not get it, but we have an out to get you some.
Yep. I heard the saving grace is Kylie's mom makes a hell of a pepper jelly.
Yeah,
I'd rather pepper jelly is.
I'd rather have a pepper jelly from Sandy anyway. I bet you it's made with love and way better than Fall Festival.
Yeah, it's
really
good.
Harvest Fest.
Harvest Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it was a fun time there. We got there about noon, drank all day. Didn't really. I mean, it's just kind of normally bar hopping.
Yep.
Ended up running into an old high school classmate that I haven't seen since high school graduation.
Nice.
And dude's got a fucking man bun, and his wife was playing at Tapped. Actually, she's in a band.
Did you see it coming? The man bun? Or
were you
like?
No, I was really surprised.
Wow.
Like he's doesn't strike me as a guy with a man bun.
Yeah,
but
it's crazy when you run into some of your high school buddies and shit, and that you haven't seen for years and years, and you're like, I bet that dude is probably like skateboarding with a man bun and has a super hot hippie girlfriend that just sits in a van and smokes weed all day, and then you like see him for the first time and he's wearing a suit and he's making like millions of dollars on the stock market. You're like, wow, you went the opposite direction of what I thought you were going to do.
Is this a personal experience?
No, I was just making shit up. I was just shooting from the hip there, but I bet you for the most part, everybody I went to high school with probably looks at me when they see me after a long time. They're like, yep.
Right about where I expected
right
to be.
Right about where I thought you were. Yep. You're doing exactly the good things I thought you were going to do.
Yeah.
Here I am.
And microphone.
What about you? You ran into a buddy right before I left for the weekend.
Yeah, he came into work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't seen him since like 8th grade.
8th grade?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I moved away.
Yeah.
Moved to Arizona.
So did you like recognize him right away? Like when he said something, like looked the same pretty much?
Well, he looks different because he's like bigger now. You know?
Everyone gets a little bigger.
Well, no, he's like buffer, you know. Because but when we were kids, he was like a twig, you know.
Yeah.
And then he joined the Air Force. He was a military police.
Yeah.
And so he got big there.
Oh, there you go.
And he plays rugby and shit. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
He came just to see you? Like
No,
you, or he's renting some equipment?
No, so he his family owns the tire repair in Clear Lake and Manly. So he came there to get one of our truck driver's car to take it in for an oil change and shit. And he knew I worked there because I guess my brother was over at his shop doing something. And he told him that I worked there. So he's like, probably said he'd come over and get the car for him and then said hi to me. We
Stopped and say hello.
Yeah.
It was super funny too, right? Because he stopped in and was like, yeah, is Brandon around? And Brandon got up and walked out of the office and they were bullshitting out in like the main area.
Yeah.
And everyone at work was sitting in the office and they were all looking at me. I'm like, what? They're like, are you jealous right now? I go, of what? And they're like,
who's this motherfucker talking to your man?
who's this guy talking to Brandon? And I'm like, guys, he sleeps in my bed. I'm fine. Like, it's okay. We'll be fine. And they're like, wow, you're doing well with this. Yeah, everyone thought for some reason I was going to be jealous. I'm like, well,
yeah.
More the merrier. Did you give him an invite?
Huh?
That went right over your head.
I didn't hear what you said. Is there an invite?
I said, more the merrier. Did you give him an invite?
Oh, no. I ain't about that life, homeboy.
So, Harvest Festival, Jeremy, do you remember like a couple years ago when we went up there? We were all hanging out at like Tapped and shit. And I think it was like 2 years ago. It was like the year, was it the year you and Kylie started dating? I think it was like the first one you went to.
Yeah, this is only my third one.
I went to my buddy of mine sells a lot of his honey up there, and he's got the best honey ever, right? Because it's made locally. That's why it's the best. So every year that we go up there, I always buy a bunch of honey from him. And that particular year, I did the fucking stupid. As soon as we got there, I saw him. I walked over. I bought a half gallon of honey, and I carried that motherfucker around with me all day long.
Yeah, I remember that. I think we were like towards the end of it, we were putting some in our drinks and shit like that.
Yeah, we were like
mixing it up a little bit.
I was dumping honey on people's fingers and
yeah.
And then you lick it off them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the cops came because he had no idea who they were.
And then I was like, "Hey, honey," and they're like, "Yeah, sure, yeah." So we were sharing with the cops and everything. It was great.
No, the best are those little sample sticks that they have. Like they have all the different honeys, the jalapeno honey, the all the different flavors, and you can go up and sample them all. And yeah, I'll have about 10 of those.
Like if you go to like Harvest Fest genuinely to do like the sample and the trials and shit, it's kind of fun to do that. I think I only was involved in like part of that 1 year, and that was years ago when all the girls would get together and they'd have their Harvest Fest shopping bag that they'd carry with them and shit. But you go to some of the vendors, you find some good shit, like the pepper jellies. That's where I got on it. Was one of those vendors had like this setup with like marmalades and jellies and all sorts of shit, and I bought this pepper jelly. My God, it was so good. And
pepper jelly
sounds
weird.
So what they do with the shit, and this is super good. You like open a brick of cream cheese or something, right?
Just you and cream cheese. Bricks of cream cheese.
How many
bricks of cream cheese do you have in your fridge right now?
Couple. You don't like cream cheese, and fuck you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I like cream cheese is great.
Right?
But
So imagine you just open a brick of cream cheese and you take a little jar of pepper jelly and you just kind of
hold on.
drizzle the top of it.
You have to
and then
explain. I don't know what the fuck pepper jelly is.
So they take peppers, like the peppers Jeremy made me eat fucking last episode, and they like reduce them down in like a saucepan and shit, and they make a jelly with like peppers in it.
Okay.
And this jelly, it's like jelly you put on toast or whatever, but some of them are like spicy. You can't just like eat them with a cracker. But if you like pour some down like the top of cream cheese and let it like run off, and then you like scoop cream cheese and pepper jelly on this, it is so fucking good. It's like kind of like the pickled egg thing. We were talking about it tonight. You had your first pickled egg tonight you've ever had ever.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was awesome.
Right? You ever had a pickled egg?
No,
But you don't like pickles.
They don't. No, I love pickles. Dill pickles, I love them.
Yeah.
But they just, I don't know. Pickled eggs just seem.
Have you ever had them?
No, I've never.
You've never
tried
had one?
Never tried one.
Okay, we're gonna have you try one on camera right now.
I'll definitely try one.
I thought you brought those.
No, I brought them.
Oh,
I brought them because so where I was going with this,
it's awesome.
I had my very first pickled egg at 31 years old.
Yeah, 37 first one.
I'm sitting at a bar, and
So I still got a year. I still got a year left.
Well, you're gonna beat our record.
Be the young one.
You're gonna beat our record. So I'm sitting at a bar with some buddies of mine, and the one goes, "Yeah, let me get a couple of them pickled eggs." And I've always just had like this stigma in my head that like pickled eggs are in that same realm of like pickled pig's feet or like pickled turkey gizzards, shit that you just old guys eat that shit and it's gross.
Well, hold on. Turkey gizzards are good. I don't know about pickled, but
that's what I'm saying. Like the shit that is good that you think only old guys eat, and it's probably really gross.
Yeah.
You know, but then you have it and you're like, why the fuck have I been waiting forever to try this? Pickled eggs. That's one of those. I had my first one, 31. You had your first one, 37 today.
Yeah. It was delicious.
And
It's
they're
got like
fucking
jalapenos
so
in there.
Good.
You
Okay.
get like a hint of jalapeno with it.
So let me go get it for you, Jeremy.
So
and
when
then
I think of pickled eggs, I'm thinking of like a regular old man regular at a bar, just some dive bar sitting there. He's there every time, and he doesn't want to ruin his buzz, but he knows he needs to have his dinner, and that's all he eats every day. He pays the $3 for a pickled egg, and eats a pickled egg quick, and then just goes back to drinking his Bush Light.
Yeah, I could see that. Like it's like a weird bar food thing, but yeah, it's actually really fucking good. And if you like jalapenos and pickles and hard-boiled eggs, you should be all right. Do you like all three of those things?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you'll
I'm not afraid.
You'll probably like it then.
Okay, this one's. They leave the shell on this bitch or what?
No, they're pretty solid.
No, they get a little hard from the pickle brine. But I know exactly what you're saying with like the old guy that just has to eat because the pickled eggs are exactly what's keeping his liver from actually shutting down.
His liver's already pickled.
Yeah. The pickle is what's preserving his entire life. So, again, pickled eggs are just one of those things that a lot of people.
I'm gonna come home and Kylie's gonna be like, "What the fuck did you eat?"
Yeah, a pickled egg.
Have you ever eaten a hard-boiled egg before? Just throw that whole fucker in there.
Not with a fork.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Pretty fucking good, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty good.
You try your first one, and then you're like, I can eat a whole fucking jar.
I could probably go through a jar of that.
And now let me just tell you, the first time I had them, right? I had them at a bar, and the guy that I was eating them with goes, "Okay, so when you eat these, they usually give you the pickled eggs, and then they give you like a little salt bottle. You're supposed to dash a little salt on the fuckers and then take a bite." And then I was like, okay. So I ate one regular because I was like, I just want to see what it tastes like before I put salt on it. So I ate one. I'm like, these are fucking great. Then I dashed a little salt on the fucker and I go, that's where it's at. Perfect. I mean, it was like, no matter what mood you're in for any kind of food, you could pop one of those in your mouth and be like, yep, that's what I was looking for.
I think what does it for me on those ones is it has the jalapeno in there. So like I love jalapenos, dude. Like that's like the perfect addition to a pickled.
Those
egg.
are a little bit different. So like the ones that I first had, they were the ones that you buy in like the big jar and it's just pickle and like full of eggs.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like, so if you own a restaurant or a bar and like the big truck that comes to deliver all your like your bulk order items, and then you get like the mayonnaise in the big jar. I feel like the bars order the pickled eggs in the big jars like that, and those are the ones I had first. So
I think what my thing was with them is I don't
good as those.
I don't like buying eggs, like a jar full of hard-boiled eggs. You know, if I'm gonna eat hard-boiled eggs, I'm gonna hard-boil them myself.
Yeah.
It's like people who buy the hard-boiled eggs in like the little plastics. You get like two.
Yep.
Like I can never.
Well, don't worry, Brandon, because I'm going to get a really good pickle recipe figured out. And I'm going to start making like a dozen pickled eggs or more a week, and I'm just gonna jar them, and I'll give you already pickled, awesome pickled eggs, so you can just have your own.
Speaking
You won't
of
even have to worry
pickles,
about it.
we just put Brandon onto something this last Thursday.
Yes.
Pouring a little pickle juice into your beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I had some actually.
That surprised the shit out of you.
Yeah, that was really.
I could see it in your face when you took that first drink. You were like, "Whoa!"
Well, because you know how when you get the pickle and you get that like, I don't know what you want to call it, like that singe in the back of your nose, and it hit me instantly. Like I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck!" Like that's all right.
I think what
I like because I've done olives.
Is that
I've
like-
put green olives in my beer and stuff, and I love that.
is that little that must be from like the vinegar or something, and like
Yeah, it's from
the pickle brine.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that
It was really, really good. When I first saw him do it, you had like the little.
Well, yeah, we
bottle.
brought in the little squeeze bottle that people have on their Blackstones.
Usually it's
me
like
and
olive
Kylie are a little
oil.
over the top with it. We bring it with, but yeah. Usually
they got their commuter
I mean,
bottle.
I'm not gonna lie. I might start bringing some with me, but I thought it was like olive oil. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
we're going keto. We're trying to get our fats in.
It's avocado oil.
But yeah, it's fucking. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot.
Yeah,
put it in a
there's-
Bush Light.
You know, there's a few of those things that people do, I think, in the Midwest that a lot of the other states in the country don't realize are a thing, like pickle juice in your beer.
Green olives. Dude. I've never until here. Saw it.
I've always heard like pickle juice in your beer, and I'm a big fan of the black or the green olives in your beer.
Mm-hmm.
I love green olives in my beer.
I like to eat them afterwards.
My favorite is when you have a big draft beer and you got like 4 or 5 big green olives in it.
Yeah.
You can sit there and have olive races because they all go to the bottom and then they collect the bubbles, and then the bubbles float them to the top. And as soon as they get to the top, the bubbles pop and then they fall back down. So when you have a glass that's got all the olives in the bottom, real quick, you get everybody together and you go make your bets. Which one's going to go? And then they race and you see who goes to the top. I haven't done that in a long time, but people put money down on it and shit, and you make
That'd be so easy.
you
to
make
cheat
a
at.
betting game out of olive races. That's
They all
fun.
look so damn the same.
But the one that threw me off when I was in New Jersey was the pickle in the beer. Like,
See, I love that now.
they put like
Kylie
like
put me
a
onto the pickle juice, and now I love the pickle in it.
the
I can see
pickle
that.
juice. I've been like, and I don't know why it caught me off guard, because it's like pickle and a Bloody Mary, pickle juice in a beer. But like, I never thought of like putting a pickle in my beer, and I was like, I don't know if I'd want
I
it.
think the best part about the
But
pickle in the beer
is
is
the
you
pickle juice.
you can reuse the pickle.
Mm.
Like I was at the OP one weekend, and instead of just keep asking like kind of pickle juice or a new pickle or whatever,
Yeah,
you just transfer it over and it still has the juice and the flavor. Because I think it's just like the salt
yeah.
that
Mhm.
comes off and stuff that makes it taste better.
Another good thing about like the olives is you can use them as like a judge of how many beers you've had if you're not counting.
If you don't eat them.
Yeah, if you don't eat them, because you get a new beer and you have them put a couple of new ones in every new beer. Before they take your glass, you dump the old ones in. And then all of a sudden, when you're sitting there and your glass is 3/4 full of green olives, you're like, I better quit. We're getting a little carried away here,
Yeah.
boys.
What's cheaper for the bar? Is it cheaper to keep giving you olives or more beer?
I think it's
It's
cheaper
probably-
for the olives.
I doubt it. I'm sure they get beer pretty fucking cheap.
I bet you they.
I don't know.
Well, same thing. We were just saying with pickled eggs. I guarantee you they get one of those giant. They probably buy olives in those giant jars, and they come in like a case of 4.
They get them from Costco.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Bulk.
Or what is it, like Martin Brothers or whatever that like, or Martin Brow or
Oh,
whatever.
they're not getting the good ones in the glass
No,
jar.
they're
They're getting the
getting-
ones
they're
in
getting
the
the
fucking tin
fucking-
can,
Yeah.
coffee can deal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and they're getting them in like a 4-pack case for like $12 for the whole fucking
Yeah.
thing. You know,
Which I could believe because some of the olives I've gotten in my beer before, it looked like the special olive. Like it was, I was like scared to fucking even try to eat it.
it was the one in the bottom of the can in the corner for like years,
Yeah.
waiting to be sold, and finally he's like, "My turn."
Oh,
Yeah. So, one of the other things I wanted to talk about tonight too was the new whiskey I bought that I haven't opened yet, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna open it yet.
I would.
So
World's coming to an end.
I think you have to.
I should grab it
figure
just so I
out-
can show
yeah,
what it is.
Show it off, but I think you have. I think you have to figure out who it represents.
Right?
Yeah.
And dude, we tried the other night when we were looking at
Well,
it. We
let's
tried
be honest.
it.
We didn't try very hard. We
No.
looked for like 5 minutes, and we have no clue where to look.
I need to call like
Brandon's gonna find it. In
who
30
is
seconds.
it? Who is it? Like the
What is that? What's the number? 14-4.
14433. I need to find like the general manager of the MLB and be like, hey, I need your roster list of every person who's ever played in the MLB ever.
I think you'd have better luck finding the roster of who distilled that, the CEO or general manager or the CEO, whoever
That might
distilled
be
that.
that might be an easier route.
Then maybe he has a list for it,
That might be an easier
or he
route,
knows how to get it.
right?
I'm gonna be so
Listen
mad if
to
he
those-
finds this in fucking 30
Listen,
seconds.
well, it's easier to find on a laptop than a cell phone. I'll tell you that.
Andre Jackson.
he just made that name up.
Andre Jackson.
Is it really? Let me see.
No.
Yeah,
That's the name that's on here.
That's what I thought.
But I don't think. I mean, they all show.
He's on an inmates list.
Oh yeah, sorry. Prisoner 14,433.
Yeah.
Rape and murder.
So what this is,
So yeah, don't open that. It's gonna be worth a lot of money.
I'll show everybody here real quick. So this is it's called Field of Dreams Whiskey Company.
What the hell's going on in the back there?
This is like the
It's like a little
tab.
dick.
It's the
they tried to be Maker's Mark.
Yeah, they're like, this is not working, guys. How does Maker's Mark do this?
this is the tab to open it.
Yeah, you should just open it.
So is Field of Dreams Whiskey, and for those of you who don't know who the Field of Dreams is, or
Who
Who?
is the Field
what,
of Dreams?
what the Field of Dreams is. There was a movie made about it. Kevin
there was
Costner
there
years and years ago.
It wasn't made about it. It was the movie.
The
movie
basis
was
of
That was the
movie, yeah.
premise.
yeah.
And nowadays, they've built a Major League Baseball field right on the same property adjacent to the Field of Dreams that was in the movie. And they started hosting like one game a year or something there.
I think it's one. Yeah,
It's like one game a year they hold, and they have special ticket sales for it. And it's a limited amount of people that can go. But what they started doing, and this is the very first batch 1, it says right on the front of it. They used the corn that is in the field surrounding the baseball fields to make a bunch of bottles of whiskey. And they made 22,860 bottles, which represents one bottle for every player that's ever been signed to the Major League Baseball Association or whatever. And then they number which bottle yours is. So my number is 14,433. So we don't know who it is. We haven't been able to figure it out yet. So if somebody could help us with that, that would be fucking sweet. I'm guessing that this bottle is represents Derek Jeter. That's his number. Batch 1, Field of Dreams, Derek Jeter bottle. It's for sale, $1 million. Highest bidder.
Derek Jeter, huh?
It'd be cool as fuck if it was somebody huge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely too high of a number to be like Jackie Robinson or Babe Ruth. You know, that'd be way lower, I'm guessing. But
Out of 22,000.
We looked it up, and what did we say? MLB's been around for 150 years. Is that what it was? 150 years?
I don't think I was part of this conversation.
I think the MLB.
Did we look it up?
we looked
did,
it up.
yeah.
Oh.
And the MLB was 150 years, and then we tried to do the math on how many people were signed. If you know what I mean. Obviously, back in the day, they didn't sign as many as they do now, but it averages out to 400 something people a year. I think is what we had discussed, which is kind of
something like that. Why did 147 years?
Yeah, 147 years the MLB's been around.
Well, actually, I mean, so this is showing the National League was formed in 1876, was 147 years ago, and then the American League was 1901.
Okay.
So
I don't know what the difference is. I'm not huge.
So
on
I guess
baseball,
if you
but
so I guess if you want to get technical. It says 1903 is when the merger of the two combined. So I'm assuming that's you if you want to go with that as being the MLB 1903.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there was actually like 2 leagues way long time ago. And then they became
But yeah,
one.
it's like it was kind of like the NFL, AFL.
Yeah.
And then they became
No shit.
the NFL.
So
See, I'm
can
learning
you
something
can you
here.
look up how many players are in the MLB Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
It would be cool if
That way we can see our odds and like what are the odds he actually has somebody that's fucking good. If the odds are real low, which they are.
The odds are probably there, but I'm a shit fucking gambler, so
342.
So yeah, I mean
342 are in the MLB Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
I got a dud.
you open it.
270.
I think you got a dud.
I think I got a dud.
270 are players.
I really want to know. Oh, 270 are players.
Yeah, because there's 40 executives / pioneers and 22 are managers.
So nobody's
10 umpires.
yeah, that doesn't.
Dude, so
nobody's paying to watch them.
dude,
No.
and
Well, there might be some.
Well, yeah.
You never know. There's some weirdos out there.
and it says right here, it says the very first release of Field of Dreams bourbon is limited to 22,860 bottles. So I'm guessing the next run they do is not going to be that many. It's going to be more. I bet it'll be a whole hell of a lot more. I bet you just like the first run is one for each player. It says one for each player
So
in the history of the sport to reach the big leagues, making it a truly collectible offering.
Who told you that it represents all the players in the MLB?
Pat McAfee.
Mm.
Pat McAfee talked about it on the Pat McAfee show. And then the very same day I heard about it, I was at the liquor store picking up a bottle of that pre-mixed old fashioned that I drank of yours I was going to replace, which I accidentally drank again. So I got to buy another bottle. And while I was standing there, they had 3 of these on the shelf. I said, how many of those you got? And then she goes, 3. So I was like, well, I'm snatching one because I have a feeling that it could be something to hold on to.
I mean, it's a cool bottle. I mean, it's not like physically looking, but it's just a cool story being from Iowa and that whole.
Right? I bet the whiskey's not that good. I bet you're
probably right.
The whiskey's probably not that good.
So that's why we should try it.
But I don't.
Bourbon made with the most famous corn in the world. Only 22,860 bottles available. One for every player in history.
Yeah, I bet it's the same corn that's planted around my house. It's either Pioneer or fuck.
I don't think
that's because this is outfield corn.
Speaking of, the first year they did the MLB game at the Field of Dreams' new field out there. Did you see when ESPN was covering it? Mm-hmm. And they had the fucking baseball players out there trying to eat field corn?
They had them trying to eat it?
No, they were like videotaping. The players were all out looking at the cornfields and shit because the outfield, there's no fence. It's cornfield. You hit a home run, the ball's gone. It's in the cornfield, it's lost. So they're all standing by the corn and they're pulling these ears of corn off the stalk. And they're all looking at him, and they're like trying to eat the corn off of, and I'm like, that's field corn, boys. They're probably breaking their teeth and shit.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't eat field corn, but they're baseball players from New York, and they don't know. But they found out the hard way.
Literally.
They found out the hard way.
Shit's pretty hard.
You don't eat field corn. You can pull one kernel off and chew it with your molars, but you ain't biting it like sweet corn.
Right.
That's how you break teeth, boys.
I don't even think it really goes with a specific player.
Dude, I am not sure.
I think it's because I've looked at all of them. There's nothing about a specific number being a specific player.
It says right on the bottle, the very first release of Field of Dreams bourbon is limited to 22,860 bottles, one for each player in the history of the sport to reach the big leagues.
Yep, but it doesn't.
So
that just means there's 22,860 bottles because there's been 22,860 players. I don't think it's necessarily
there's gotta
synonymous with.
There's got to be a list somewhere that like.
I don't think so.
You know what I mean? I wonder if we could go to like the Field of Dreams fucking website or something.
I did.
And look. Field of Dreams.
There's nothing that
Company?
there's nothing that even says anything close to that. Find out which number. It's not like Jefferson's Ocean where you have a number that has a certain voyage and shit. I think it just means there's
fuck. That sucks.
So you got the 14,433rd bottle out of the 22,860.
I'm like the last quarter.
So you might as well open it, dude. World's ending. So,
dude, I don't know.
You see all that shit about Israel, by the way? Have you seen all that stuff?
No,
you have not.
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
No.
So by the time this comes
I feel like
out,
you're fucking with me.
The only thing I saw was something on Snapchat that said fucking Kylie Jenner or something supports Israel.
Yeah, they Hamas, they launched
steam.
like an attack on Israel. It's like a big deal. They fucking launched a bunch of rockets and had a ground troop or ground, I don't know if you want to call them, I guess troops. They fucking went into Israel and they killed a bunch of people. They took a bunch of hostages, took them back to Gaza. Americans were killed.
Dude,
it's
oh fuck,
it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's one of them fucking sleep with your gun, be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm really surprised you haven't heard it at all.
Dude,
it's even on all over TikTok and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen shit, and like I was on TikTok for a long time today.
Are you on like the fucking prostitute fucking?
Hey, I thought you were working today.
No, I was at work.
Yeah. We'll look into it because it's.
Well, now it's definitely going to come up. I mean,
well, by
it's listening, yeah.
By the time this episode drops, though, it's going to be
Israel.
It's going to be probably old news, and there'll be some escalations or de-escalations by the time we.
Or this episode won't even come out because the whole world has ended.
That would be discouraging.
That would be very discouraging.
That would not be fine.
No, it would not be fine. He's over there.
We'd have to
thinking about the world.
We'd have to go back to, what we were talking about a couple weeks ago. What's your first move?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Knock on wood, for me.
No, it's coming here. I'm coming here.
Or you're coming here. Yeah.
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 This is where we're meeting up.
That's the game plan.
Yeah.
Compound.
Yep.
Dude, yeah, we could definitely, because realistically, we could.
Because you have a good view of everything.
Have a good view from everything.
I'm in the town.
We also have a bridge that we can go to see like what's happening like in the distance.
Yeah.
We have a hideout that we're not supposed to tell everybody about.
I'm not gonna lie, that bridge would be a nice little perch.
You can see for a long ways. Imagine being up there with a fucking long range rifle.
That's exactly where I'd be.
You could see cars going down it and be like, nope.
I'd block off the road on each side.
Yeah, we could barricade it.
And just have, we'd have to make it so we could
travel ban.
With travel ban in the fucking territory.
Interstates closed, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could we'd start digging a bunker on the inside of my back shop. So we can do it in like secret and nobody will know what's going on back there.
Yeah.
We can all be in there and nobody will know.
Yeah, let's cut this part out.
Yeah, we live in Des Moines, Iowa. Come find us.
Yeah. Like I used to say, Keokuk, Iowa is where we are from. Keokuk. That's where we spend a lot of time. That landfill, though, bro, I think that's the secret. Ain't nobody going there.
Maybe.
Nobody's going.
We could definitely steal their equipment and to build our shit.
Because we have to have an escape plan, right? And where's the best place to escape to if we have to?
The mountains.
Right? So we figure out an escape route, which I already have one, which will get us there without anybody knowing that we're fucking bouncing. I'm not going to disclose how it works or which way we go.
Mountains?
But that's how we get to the
landfill.
Yeah.
So to get to the landfill,
he's been digging for years.
If we have,
you're referring to the mountains as the landfill.
If we have to run for any given reason, we have to run and get the fuck out of Dodge. Hopefully we have cornfields in. If we have cornfields, we're fucking golden.
Oh, yeah.
If we don't, I also have a plan B that'll get us there without being detected. But that one, we got to keep the kids quiet. Probably going to need some fucking night-night juice to keep them from, you know.
Some fucking night-night juice.
Yep. We'll have to get like duffel bags to carry the kids around in. But we'll be all right.
Yeah.
We'll be able to. Yeah. So I would invite all of you to join our posse, our end of the world posse. But you and I, we both know you got to keep your posse small, and it's got to be people that
you know
in your inner circle. So, you know, what do they say on Hunger Games?
I don't know.
What's that phrase? What's that phrase they say? Like, like before they start, they're like, or no, I might not even be thinking of the right movie.
I don't think it's Hunger Games.
I don't think you're.
I don't think they have a saying.
It's kind of like
No.
it's kind of like this, like the Star Wars saying, like, "May the Force be with you." But I felt like the Hunger Games had like a, may the odds be ever in your favor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. May the odds ever be in your favor.
You totally murdered that whole.
Dude, I'm so bad with movies.
I know.
I'm so bad.
That's
with
why we need to
movies.
have a movie trivia.
Like, I know what I'm trying. Are we betting on that one? Of course we are. Because
it's up to you. I'll let you.
I'll think of something good.
you know what's fucked up is for some reason I'm gonna come in that night and I'm just gonna have like idiot brain where like I remember and know everything. And I'm gonna fuck you up in movies and you're gonna be like, oh shit, I have to eat the other scorpion pepper.
That's not the bet. I think we said after the scorpion pepper we're gonna start. God bless you.
We don't
Whoa.
have, hey,
We're gonna start toning him down.
we don't have to tone them down.
Okay.
Just because
All right. Loser of the next one takes a wasp sting.
that's been done before.
Then we could be done again. Beat me.
Beat you. Takes a wasp sting, huh?
Huh?
Takes a wasp sting.
Take some
Wasp sting.
stingers. Yeah.
I've already done it once. I can do it again.
It's true. You survived the first time.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Take a wasp sting while taking a bite out of a scorpion pepper apocalypse scorpion pepper.
That better be a fucking ultimate battle.
I wonder if you were fucking chewing on that pepper and you fucking took a wasp sting as you're battling this fucking fire. Would you feel the wasp?
No.
You don't think so?
I'm telling you right now, I've done both. I'm telling you right now,
You wouldn't feel it?
I might go, that's hot.
Should we try that?
No.
I think we should.
I think we should test it out.
We should put that to the test.
I think so.
No, I'm telling you how it would go. I know exactly how it would go. I've fucking done both. I know.
Never done both at the same time.
No, but I guarantee
you've never done it on camera.
The wasp sting?
Both at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I don't think there's a person on Earth that's probably done it.
You
That's
could be the first.
Guinness World Record.
Yep.
You can't just go making up new records.
Let's get Colby in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Dude, how
First
can
person to eat the hottest pepper and take a bee sting or wasp sting at the same time. Yeah. Ooh, we'll even step it up. Cicada killer.
Fuck you. I'm out. I'm out at the cicada killer. I've never done it. They look fucking...
They looked me. I had one on my porch.
I mean, I almost... If you set a fucking... What's that wasp that they were like trying to scare us with?
The murder hornet.
If you said a cicada
They
killer
were trying to scare us with.
and a murder hornet next to each other and said, which one are you more scared of? I guarantee you I'd be like cicada killer.
Are you sure?
They're supposedly more docile and not as mean, but it looks way fucking meaner.
They both
have you done like extensive research on these two? It sounds like
okay.
You were talking with old Bill about the Boston Tea Party.
What's your biggest fear, Jeremy?
That's a good question. What is your biggest
What's
fear?
your biggest fear?
Mice.
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 That's your biggest fear?
I'm terrified. Absolutely like.
So question.
If there was a mouse that ran across here, everything on this fucking table would probably be flipped upside down and I would be out and I wouldn't come back in here.
Why? Okay. Where did this come from? Why are mice?
I have no idea. I remember as a kid, I was out cutting wood with my dad, and there was this tree stump, and there was like 4 or 5 of them, like baby ones, on top of this tree stump, and I remember like playing with them. But that's the last like fucking memory I have of any mouse, anything. But
and then
I'm
you're
just absolutely terrified of them.
So do you know anything about mice?
There had to have been something happened after that.
Yeah, I don't.
Because
but I
if
don't
you
think
go
so.
from playing with mice to being absolutely.
But I was very young. Like I was very young, but I remember that pretty vividly.
So before,
but then, like nothing ever happened after that.
So weird.
Before we dive into the Jeremy and the mice thing, real quick.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about mice?
Yeah, they're nasty fucking critters.
Okay. Have you looked up anything about mice because you're scared of them?
No, I mean, I don't want to.
Okay.
Touch them. I don't want to see them.
So where I was going with that is
like,
I've
they
looked up.
They cannot hurt me. I understand this. Like they will not fucking touch me.
No, they'll bite you. They'll bite you and it hurts.
If you're
fucking with
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but I ain't going to be fucking with them.
Yeah. So where I was going with this is anything that flies and stings, I've looked up to find out how bad it is and how far I need to stay away from the motherfucker. So that's why I was asking you, if you're scared of something, have you done your research on them? Because yes, I've looked up murder hornets. I've looked up the cicada killers and fuck both of them. The cicada killer is more than likely not ever going to sting you. But if you fucking piss it off and it stings you, that stinger on that thing is fucking huge.
It's big.
It is fucking huge. It's getting down to your bone marrow.
Rats.
So back to mice.
Hold on. Rats, same thing, or is it just mice?
Yeah, I mean, rats probably scare me more, but we don't. I mean,
Yeah,
can-
we
we
don't
don't really deal with them around
You
here.
can play games with rats. Rats are more like gerbils and shit.
I'd rather not.
I don't want them in my house.
My niece has a couple of them.
Dude.
So when I was out when I was out in Portland for training for work, they had this area with like food trucks and shit, and we stood in line for like 45 minutes for fucking food, and we got the food, and we're walking around eating it, walking around the back, and there's just fucking rats crawling all over this food truck.
Nice.
And I looked at everybody I was with. I hardly knew these people. It was like the first week I had known them. I grabbed all their shit, threw it right in the fucking garbage. It was like, not a chance we're eating this.
That's how you got the food. There's a bunch of ratatouilles just making you guys some fucking
Yeah, no shit.
fucking
Story time. Go to this camera right here, Jeremy.
Okay.
Okay, so you see this beautiful fucking nice fridge I got back here? This black fridge with all the nice stickers and shit on it.
One of a kind.
You want to know how I came across getting that refrigerator?
Someone had a mouse in it, and they fucking were like, nope, not gonna deal with this fridge. So they sold it to you for like $25.
Wrong. I bought that one brand fucking new. You want to know why? Because the one I had in here before became the home of a field rat. He chewed his way through my fucking door jamb, got in my shop, and he made his way underneath that fucking my old fridge one night. And he was underneath where the shop vac goes. And I heard something down there. I go, what the fuck is that? I kicked the shop vac, and here he goes running across the floor under the fridge. And he goes, this looks nice. I'm gonna stay here. He had one night. I came in here with fucking rat traps and shit, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you, you're done. In one night, he chewed up all the wires in my fridge. It shut off everything that was in there. Deer meat, deer sticks, fucking all my good stuff. Beer was warm. I open it and I go, that rotten motherfucker. So I unplugged it. I wheeled it over here to the edge by the garage door. And when I stopped wheeling it, I heard something rustling. I go, that motherfucker's still in there. So I grabbed Corbin's BB gun and I sat down right over to kind of right where I'm at here. And I just stared at the fridge for like an hour. And that motherfucker, he came down to check out what had happened. He poked his head out and I missed.
That's not surprising.
So I cleaned it out and I tipped it over. And when he got out, I fucking smashed him with the first thing I could grab.
What you should have done was taken the fridge out to the field, loaded it with tannerite, and then blew it up.
That would have been cool as fuck.
It would have been a lot. That's where I thought you were going to go with that. And then he told me that you missed with a BB gun, and I got
Have you ever seen them videos?
Like, oh, all right.
Have you ever seen them fucking videos?
Did you find $5?
Yes, I did. You ever seen them videos where guys blow up tannerite inside of like washers and dryers or fridges and shit? And the fridge doors come off and come flying back at them at like Mach 11?
I've seen stuff like that happen.
That is how I would die in a freak accident, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I would shoot a fridge that's got 12 pounds of tannerite. It would blow up. The door would come at me at fucking Mach 11 and just either cut me in half, take my head off, something like that. It'd hit me and I'd be fucking done. I think that's how a freak accident would kill me, something like that.
Dude, that happened at like a baby reveal about like a year ago or something out in like California.
Shot tannerite.
It wasn't tannerite, but it was like the confetti bombs, but they taped the top of them or something. Something like they were supposed to be confetti bombs, maybe homemade. They taped the top of them, and so it made it like a fucking pipe bomb.
Isn't that how those wildfires got started? Wasn't it a baby shower? Like I'm almost
maybe we heard a little game of telephone, and
I'm pretty sure that's how those
getting a little carried away with these fucking gender reveal parties, man.
I know shit.
Burning down half of California just so you can say it's a
fucking
girl.
Canada's gone,
right?
Oh no shit, yeah.
Not everybody needed to know you're having a fucking girl, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, it was ignited on September 5th by a pyrotechnic device at a gender reveal party in El Dorado Ranch Park. It quickly spread to the Gorgonio, whatever the fuck that is, wilderness area of the San Bernardino National Forest.
All right, kids. When you watch a video and it says, don't try this at home, they're not fucking bullshit. Don't do it at home.
Yeah.
You start Canada on fire and then everybody hates you.
Yeah.
So,
Colby gets a stuffy nose for fucking life.
Jesus, man.
Can't
I tell you what.
He's coughing. All I hear is...
The amount of fucking smoke inhalation I got from them Canadian wildfires this year, holy fuck.
Yeah, it was bad.
All right.
Well, that is all the time we have for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for...
That is all the time.
Ticking in.
You know what?
Ticking.
This was fun. This was fun, guys. We should do this again.
Yeah, we should.
But before we do this again, you should head over to Rusty Lids. Check out Rusty Lids. They have every fucking hat patch combo that you would ever want. And I promise you, you order one, it'll be your next favorite hat. Use promo code LOVE letter U at checkout for your KLYB discount.
Knife hands.
Knife hands. Go check them out. Great people, great company. You'll fucking love your hat.
Yeah.
That being said,
indeed.
We love you.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
KLYB.
I'm chasing her butt cheeks up and down the corn. All these girls have cowboy boots and wear their Wrangler. Fuck me in the butthole. Take two. Chasing their butt cheeks up and down the corn. All these girls have cowboy boots and carry around their pitchforks. Chasing their butt cheeks up and down the corn. All these girls have real nice butts and wear those Wrangler jean shorts.
All right, dude.
Pull chocks.
Pull chocks.